Hello everyone, this is Bring It or OP's friend, however you might want to call me. Today we're going to be doing instant while running tutorial. I'm going to be teaching you how to perform this move pretty easily. So let's get over the most obvious stuff first of all. There are two methods to do an instant while running move, right? And the reason it's good, a lot of characters rely on these moves. For example, of course, Mr. Sergey here, you know, getting a knockdown, a normal hit, counter hit launch, Geese, King, the Shining Wizard, Lars, Claudio. There's a lot of characters that rely on their Kazumi, you know, you get the point. And due to that these characters, you know, require these moves in order to be, you know, have their neutral or, you know, have their pressure. As we all know, the Dragon. I'm really sorry about that. I'm pretty sick today. So yeah. So first of all, let's get over the first method, and then I'm going to teach you the method I do, which I recommend to because it's much easier. So this is the 4-4-4 method, which is just 4-4-4 pressing. Yeah, just really fast, right? So as you can see, this is not consistent. See? Yeah. The reason this is not consistent is because when you're pressing 4-4-4, right? Like in the 3 commands, the game sometimes will not register your second command, and this is very important in running moves. This is a short basis, by the way. You can skip this, but in order to do a running move, what the game requires you to be in that. Do you see that? That very spike dash. Of course, you're running, then you can just press 2. But in order to do like an instant running 2, you need that really fast dash. Not this, but that. And in order to do that, you need to input 4 forward and then your command, right? Whether you're stopping it or doing a move. So that's why it's not good, because the game will not register that input sometimes. So now let's discuss the method that I use. First of all, before I introduce you to that method, I'm going to show you 2 ways to practice it. Like, I mean, if you already know how to do an instant running 2, and if you just want to perfect it, and then these are the 2 ways with Dragono can like really nicely practice this. He has 2 ways to practice this. Both are from his Corsical 1 and 2. This and, you know, the elbow. So what you need to do is, if you're running 2 hits right there, it means you're doing it fast enough. Yeah. If you're hitting both of these, meaning you're running 2 fast. So, like, there are some players I've seen that, like, I made them practice this because your running 2 can be fast, but this can happen sometimes. Did you see that? That means your running 2 might not be fast enough. And so yeah, this is a very good way to practice it if you think that your running 2 is now perfect, but if you want to be sure about it. Now let's get to the method of how to do an instant running 2 or running moves, whatever, you get the point. I will be demonstrating with every character later on, so do not worry about that. Now, this is the second method, and this is pretty much what everyone uses because this is more consistent, more reliable, and yeah, it's just the easier method, so why bother with the 4-4 method at the first place? So before I get to, like, you know, very advanced, like, how do I do jab to running 2 or down 2 to running 2, or, like, you know, my plus ray move to another running 2, let's see how you do it. As we know in Tekken, right? Like, an example, you're here, like you're a noob, let's say, forget all the pro stuff. What you're doing during a running is 4-4-4-2, right? Did you see that input in the last? The forward and 2 are in the same input window, meaning this is pretty much what you need to do. A lot of players need to, they're like, I'm just gonna 4-4-2. See that? It's the same input as before, but it did not register as running 2. And the reason for that is very simple. You let go of the 2 before you let go of the forward. those two need to be pressed at the same time. Yes, if you have Tekken Bot Prime, by the way, you can check it. The two will come out 2 frames later, despite you inputting it same. That's the perfect running 2, or running move. And that's just 2 frames. You can't see them visually or input-wise. But this is just the advice. If you have Tekken Bot Prime, you can practice via that too. But yeah, see, you need to hold the running 2 in order to get an actual running 2. And it applies both ways, whether you're doing it from far or doing it from close. So let's get that in mind, and let's show you the buffer method. Now, what you do is forward. See? Do you see that? This is the wrong method. The reason for that is because I'm pressing I'm pressing forward and 2 later than the forward 2. Now I'm going to do forward and neutral 2. Forward, neutral, forward 2. Do you see that? That's another method to do it. I do not recommend it, but yeah, you can do that. Like forward, a neutral, and then forward 2 immediately. That's a bit hard, but yeah. See, yeah, that's why it's bad. Okay, so forward, hold, neutral 2. Did you see that? So this is the way to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it from far, but I'm not going to run. Okay. Do you see that? You need to do a forward input, and then when you do the last forward, you need to press 2 at the same time. This is the same key to do it. Oh, don't know what happened there, but yeah. So, you see this? Forward, and a very small neutral. It might actually not show in the input, but that does not matter to you. I mean, I can hide the input and still do it. It does not matter there. What you're doing is forward, and then when you're doing the last forward, you're pressing 2 at the same time. That's one of the key things you need to remember. So let's see this again, slowly. Forward. Sorry, that was a bit too slow. You see that? I did that very slow there. I mean, not look slow, but yeah. Forward, neutral 2. Forward, not forward 2. See? There I did it wrong. Why? Because I pressed the 2 or the forward at different times. This is the key to do a running 2, by the way. That's literally it. You can practice from far. Wow, what the hell was that? Yeah. You get the point. Now, let's get to the method of how to buffer a running 2. Because you now know the command, right? So, people ask like, oh, how does Dragunov down 2 into running 2? How does it do that? See, in Tekken, right, a lot of people don't seem to know this, but when you input something, whether it's on hit, it's on block, you know, unless it's like negative on block, like, my apologies for that, like if you do down forward, you can't do running 2 after that, because then you're too negative. But if you have frames that, you know, you can move around, which is like -5, I think. So like, sorry, like a down forward 1, or, you know, this is -9. Let me show you something like a jab. Let's say a jab. See? So what you can do is, are you seeing that? Do you see that? Even despite when the jab was going, I could still input the inputs. So what you can do is jab. When the jab is recovering in those frames, what you can do is forward, the forward command, right? Then all you have to do is forward 2 at the same time, as we talked about. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Okay. Most of the fastest up characters down forward once. But the forward buffering method, it makes it comes out in the 15 frames, which is still fast, by the way. It's not like, you know. See? Yeah, the 444 method is really stingy, so I stick to the buffer method. A 14 frame running 2 is something that, you know, makes you greedy sometimes. Yeah, the full forward input is fine too. A lot of characters don't seem to know that running 2 of Claudio is 13 frames if you can do it forward twice, which is really good. I mean, 13 frames is really fast. It's like fastest down forward ones in some matters, unless you're counting like Akuma, I guess. Alright, let's see Lars, I guess.
Martial law.
Okay, so just this is Lotus. I'm just gonna tell you that the triple forward method is useful if you can do it. So do try to master it. But yeah, don't risk it if you can do the 4-4 method, buffer method. Okay, so yeah, see that? Now I did the triple forward method somehow, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do it up close. You see that? Okay, what you're doing is forward, and yeah. You see that? That's the buffer method. Now let's get to another character. This is the key to do it, guys. There's not much. It's inputting forward, and then you're inputting forward and 2 at the last frame at the same time. That's literally it.
Claudio Seraph martial law.
So, yes, that's about it. I'm only demonstrating this. It's not important. I'm just showing you that, yeah, this can be done with any character. It's not like, oh, Dragunov, great. I don't want to be a tier person or something. Yeah, you can do it with anyone. I'm just demonstrating few characters. Yeah, as you can see, it's the reason it's good by Claudio is because some of Claudio's max damage combos are like, you know, sorry there. Oh, by the way, yeah, Claudio is a pretty good character to practice this too, because like you can do. Sorry. Okay. Yes, that was the buffer method. See that? That's also another good method to practice it if you want to practice running 2 or running moves. Okay. Man, I love Claudio's backdash. It's so fast. Alright. That's about it. I hope this video helps you sometimes. Once again, I'm going to say it for the last time. Forward, then holding the last forward and 2 at the same times. Like that. Best way to, of course, do it is make your opponent block. See that? If you can do that with Claudio, you mastered running 2. Pretty much. You mastered running moves. As I said, the 4-4 forward input is not recommended. That's about it. You can do this method. It's just 1 frame slower, and it's not that big of a difference. So yeah, guys, I hope this video helped you out. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and ask me any questions regarding instant running moves, or you know, anything that you might have regarding to Tekken. Subscribe if you really liked it, I guess. That's all. Thanks for watching, and keep playing Tekken.